Hey there, Materos. Welcome back to another Yerba review. I'm the Hat Man, stoked to have you with us. And today we're going for one of the most popular brands out there, most notably based on the color of the bag. It'll usually catch most people's attention, especially if you're a veteran or an aficionado of yerba mate, or even those that are just browsing, those just getting into yerba mate. The bright yellow packaging is definitely going to catch your eye. So what am I talking about? CANARIAS. Today we're doing the traditional CANARIAS. Now, as I mentioned, I really like the color of the bag, the simplicity, the brightness. It really catches your eye. Another thing about the bag is its simplicity. It's just got its emblem here on the front, which looks like a traditional type of crest, like a family crest or something similar to that. A crest inside. Looks like maybe a castle on top with just the stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 or 10 stars on here. I'm not sure if that's symbolic or not. But you got your simple crest, yerba mate traditional, CANARIAS. I've got the 1 kilo here. On the sides, if we rotate it, you've got your factual information about the energy, the carbs, the proteins, etc. Back side is same as the front. They got the stamp, and what's really cool is they have the passion for mates here. They got a little story here on the side. You can read that, and how to make the best mate. It's got some instructions down here. Now, one thing that you may or may not know or be interested in is that the leaves are actually grown in Brazil, but this is an Uruguayan mate. Top of the line Uruguayan mate. So if you ask people, oh, what type of Uruguayan mate do you drink? Most people are gonna say CANARIAS. Another thing that I really like about the packaging, as I open this, it's super tight. But they have it cut and packaged so that when you tear it open here on the top, you're actually going to get a lip here to pour out your mate, your yerba. So, get it open. And you don't have to tear the whole bag. You've got like a little pour spout here. So, just go ahead and fill up my gourd with this. Now, if you've been following for a while and have checked out the website, then you know that Uruguayan mate, the cut is very different from the Argentine mate. Argentine has bigger leaves, has thicker stems, usually a bit longer as well. But as you can see here, much finer leaves. There are some stems in here, but again, they're also much smaller, and it's much more powdery. So for those who are not really fans of powder, you're going to want to give this one a nice shake. Try to get it leveled out. So let's go ahead and get this set up. Yeah, again, you're going to get lots of powder. That'll be typical. Now, what I'm going to do is something a little bit different. I am going to put my warm water, this is around 60 degrees Celsius or so. I'm going to put this in here first. And some of you may ask, oh, why are you doing that? Why don't you put the room temperature water or the dummy water? Well, through some research and watching others, I have found that the warmer temperatures will actually help the mate kind of compound upon itself. So I'm going to give it a try today. Because this is, a much dustier yerba, we're going to see if we can compact it down in there. Now, oh, the smell. Wow. Very earthy smell. The first thing I thought was kind of like a paint, like a wet paint smell actually was first, but it has another earthy, very strong earthy smell to it. this would almost be like if you're walking through a field of oats. If you've ever done that, or walking through a barley field or something, and you start to rub it and those fragrances come out, it's very similar to that. It's very interesting. The smell of this is definitely nothing like an Argentine yerba that I've had before. Nothing like that. It's not really fruity. It's kind of strange to say that, but I smell dry paint. Wet paint when I smell that. But not the fumes. It's not like one where you're like, ugh, I'm gonna pass out from this. It's not that. It's a bit sweet. Very interesting. All right, so as you can see, I'm actually quite impressed. The water is soaked in quite a bit. It's already compounded upon itself. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a little tap. This is to make sure that my wall stays up. So I've got a nice wall in there. Put it under. All right, let's give this a taste. So as you guys notice, I'm actually using a calabash gourd for this, going a little bit traditional style. Calabash wrapped in leather, but that's a kick. That's a very strong kick for the first one. So the flavor, very strong earthy taste. It's a very bold type of taste, one that will definitely give you that punch. So similar to the smells, as I said, walking through a field, getting that barley and wheat, and it has that kind of grain taste to it. I'm hesitant to say grassy because it's not grassy. It's more of a crop taste to it. So the flavor, it comes at you at the beginning, but it slowly dissolves. There's not a lingering aftertaste with this. It's quite interesting. What does linger is a much softer taste. There's no heavy aftertaste. It's much softer. I like this, but I would have to say that this is for those aficionados. This flavor is probably not for a beginner. It will definitely shock a new person, somebody who's just trying yerba mate. But I would definitely have this if I'm outside working on a hot day and I want something that's a bit stronger. This is like a working man's mate. This yerba is good. So again, if you're really into yerba mate and you like that kick, I've talked about it before in a couple other ones. This one definitely has that first kick. It's really kind of opens you up, wakes you up a little bit. And I feel I'm really curious how the lingering effects of this will be. Will it really kick up in energy or not? Some of them that I've done before will give you that nice punch, but there's not a lot of energy. It's a nice mellow feel. This one I would assume would be a mellow feel. Yeah, this is pretty good. If you're somebody who's really into yerba mate, if you're a veteran, if an aficionado would love this. It's actually very complex, the flavor structure in here, and so it's a little bit harder for me to explain it. But I think somebody who's been in been drinking yerba mate for a while is definitely going to love this. It's probably one that you're going to tell other people to try as well. I really like it. It's my style because of the kick. Not a huge fan of the powder, but that typically adds to a bitterness. The powder does. This one's not too bitter. It's a bit more on the sweeter side, in my opinion. Anyways, all right. So, Canarias, the Uruguayan, best-selling Uruguayan yerba out there. Let's give it a score. I really like it. I'm really curious about the lingering effects. Maybe it'll give me some good energy. But yeah, all right. So Canarias, the yellow. This is the traditional bag. Let's go with a score of. Let's go with a score of 9. This is definitely a solid 9. This is really good. Recommend it to any true materos out there. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you got other flavor notes or something you want to share about this, please drop them down below and let everybody know what you think. See you guys soon. You!